Evening all, no respawns, hope you're doing well. So we're back at Bunker Hill, and this is going to be a cool little build. Wow, it's a wee one, which is going to be an armor shop. But it can be any shop. I've called it an armor shop because it's very specifically for the legendary armor vendor, who I haven't actually unlocked yet, well, found on this save, but I will, because he's really easy to get. And this is going to be his shop. Now, special shout out, actually, because the idea for this, I've been trying to think of, like, what to do in this area for quite a bit. And it was actually one of my subscribers, and also a fellow YouTuber, and I'm going to pronounce your name completely incorrectly, mate, and I always do that. I think it's this, but it's Nate1696. You've probably seen him comment before. He's actually another YouTuber, does some pretty cool videos as well. I've been wanting to shout him out for a bit, and he always has neat suggestions, and this is a decent one. So I was like, right, so definitely check the guy's channel out. He does some quite cool stuff, and I believe he's been working on some big projects soon, so it's, yeah, I'll put a link in the description. Go check out Nate's channel, because it's a really good idea. So basically, yeah, on kind of Nate's idea, what I'm going to be doing is basically I'm going to have, not all of them, because I'm not going to have the medical one or the barman. So it'll be the gun, Smiling Larry, the scribe, I think his name is, and is there another one? Smiling Larry, the scribe. I think that's the only two I'm going to have. I'm going to Smiling Larry and the Scribe are actually going to have shops here. For those who don't know, Smiling Larry and the Scribe are two of the legendary vendors. So they're actually named legendary vendors. They basically just, they have better shit. Similar to, I always forget her name, alright. And Hargreaves, who I've got, and Riley, who I've got, both of which are in Sanctuary. Well, I'm going to have Smiling Larry and the Scribe here, which is going to be pretty cool. I think it's Smiling Larry. Yeah, Smiling Larry. So I thought it'd be a really cool idea. Like, Nate was like trying to, like, thinking what to theme. So this is basically going to be the Scribes, who is the armor dude's shop. He's actually an ex-Brotherhood of Steel as well, so he looks very cool. I haven't actually unlocked him yet, but I will have him unlocked for the tour of Bunker Hill. Now, the next video I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do a non-Bunker Hill video. I'm going to do something maybe at Spectacle Island or somewhere else, because I as I mentioned before, because there's not much building space, the builds here are quite tiny, and I kind of want to build something, maybe it's not actually technically bigger, but I just want to kind of do a bit more of a set-piece build somewhere else, because this is a cool settlement. However, it's a bit, I get bored kind of being a little bit stuck. So I thought, right, I'll do this section, and then we'll go fuck off somewhere else for a video or two, and then we'll fuck off back again. Also gives me a chance to actually get round to actually unlocking the traders, which would be cool. News, so as of I'm recording this right now, in 1 hour and 53 minutes, I turn 30 years old, and I'm quite excited by this. I'm actually not freaking out about turning 30. I like the idea of turning 30. It's got my shit together, basically, and I haven't aged. Obviously, you cue all the jokes where you say, but you sound 16. No, I actually sound about 21, maybe 22. Like, early 20s is what I sound like, and I look like it, with the exception of the beard. So yay! So that means the next video will probably be on Sunday, because I'm going to be really, really drunk. Quite a bit. Like, after this, I'm going to pop out and I've been drinking earlier today. I'll pop out and drink a little bit more, no doubt. I've also booked days off work, obviously. So yes, by the time this goes up, or at least an hour after this goes up, no, say about the time this goes live, I will have hit 30 years old. So I'm quite excited about this. It's going to be quite cool. 30. Oh, fun times. Went out to a barber. Had a beard trim. That was pretty nice. Had a hair trim as well. Everything's grand. So yes. Also, annoyingly, which actually made me really angry, and I started shouting at my TV, my computer earlier, was the fact that while I was recording this, especially the decoration part, so when after I recorded the factual footage of this last night, and then I'm doing the decoration today, and it kept fucking crashing. Now, I don't know why it kept crashing. Just decided, fuck you, and it just constantly crashed. So I'm very happy to just be sitting doing the narration for this, because I was very, very angry earlier. So the whole theme of this shop, as I said, I'm quite limited with space, and I wanted it to kind of like make it look a little bit unique, and I just wanted to do kind of like just a structurally weird building, but following the theme of Bunker Hill, which is mostly wood and scrap stuff. So I'm quite pleased with it. It's, I think just because Bunker Hill just has so much wood everywhere, I need to kind of leave it for a little bit, which is why we're doing a non-Bunker Hillage video. Also, I couldn't put a floor in there, as you can see, because the fact the ground's all uneven. But yeah, it's quite a cool, weird little shop. I like it. It can pretty much just be any kind of shop, to be fair. But I said I made it an armory one, just because reasons, really. Reasons. Fortunately, that snaps in right there. I don't know why it kept crashing earlier. Still trying to figure it out. No idea why. So as I mentioned before, what I'm doing with Bunker Hill is I'm trying to, because you can't scrap all of the walls. I mean, you can apparently get like the mods which just remove everything, but I don't want to do that. I'd rather just kind of remove bits that I don't want. So I'm kind of just building out, kind of like, basically, I got in my head that imagine Bunker Hill has, now obviously, and it has recently joined the Minutemen, so suddenly it's got a lot more protection and a lot more foot traffic, which means it's able to grow. And that was pretty much my kind of RP lore-wise, like what I was doing with Bunker Hill, was I wanted to take existing Bunker Hill and just kind of build it up, yeah? So this is Bunker Hill a year or two after the last time you guys saw it, kind of thing. So that's why, rather than kind of trashing things, I'm actually just kind of building out and just kind of making more shit, shall we say. Which I think is probably the best thing you can really do with this. As I said, I remember mentioned the last video, there's a reason why you don't see many Bunker Hill videos, and that's because it's a pain in the dick. It really is. It's kind of like a cool looking place, and I'm quite pleased with how this is going to turn out. But at the same time, it's a pain in the ass to kind of get something that works. Yeah. Which is why I want to go back to somewhere like Spectacle Island or something, because that's all kind of like bespoke, cool structures. I'm thinking of doing maybe like a watchtower, or like a lighthouse rather, maybe something like that, because people always mention me do that. And I did one like a long time ago, and it was shit. I think it was one of my, when I used to call my videos Let's Builds. Remember that? It was that long ago. And I made one. This is also pre any DLC or mods. And it was just crap. It was a giant tower. So I want to do like a bit more of a kind of a lore-friendly lighthouse on the weekend when I'm 30 years old. And it'll be cool. I'm going to have a nice quiet 30th, if you're wondering. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to leave London for the day, kind of a quiet thing, and on the weekend it'll be more of the kind of go out with mates and get drunk kind of situation. So I booked off Thursday and Friday, which is quite nice. So a 4-day weekend as well, which is grand. Yeah, so 30 years old. Yeah. How long have I got? I've got I'm just going to keep telling you how long it's got until I turn 30 years old. So I've got, as I'm recording, so obviously it'll already be this time. So it is 10:12, so I've got 1 hour and 48 minutes until I turn 30 years old, right? Yes. Ooh, exciting. So this is it right here. I'm just kind of walling it off. I'm kind of partitioning areas of Bunker Hill to kind of just, it's just basically adding detail where you can't really build a structure, but at the same time you kind of, or I at least want to, kind of break it up. I did the same technique for, what do we call it? What's the place called? The slog, where I basically just kind of partitioned the slog up with just fences and walls and stuff. It actually looked a bit cooler in the slog. Oh, I should do that technique. Oh, yeah. So what I did, I've forgotten now, and I should do that somewhere, maybe here, is I had because the slog has those chain link fences going around the outside. Don't worry, I do rest, by the way, so it becomes daytime. It's got those chain link fences. So what I did is I blocked up the holes in the chain link fences and just made it look like it was patched up with pieces of wood. Oh, I should do that somewhere here. Thinking of ideas. But yeah, the next video will be the Bunker Hill. Non-Bunker Hill. It's not called the Bunker Hill, David. It'll be non-Bunker Hill. Oh, just because we can have a little bit of a break. Yes. So, also I've got a freaking... It's because during the crashing, because for some reason just didn't want me to decorate this, but it's taken me fucking ages. I've also got a synth in my settlement now. And I didn't have the time to sort him out, because I wasn't too sure if he was or wasn't a synth. So I've got a synth now, and it was actually the guy I made the shopkeeper. So he may end up attacking us. Although I do have a mod which stops settlement attacks. So may or may not happen. We'll see. As you can see, I just kind of like made a little bit of a fence. It's a really good technique, by the way, of doing what I've done with the fences right there. Of basically just, rather than using literal junk fences like constantly in a line, you can kind of break them up with the wall bits, and it looks quite grand. Stupid. You can't delete that scaffolding, by the way. So that's a pain in the ass. Some people have suggested I build on the monument, but quite simply put, it would just be practically too difficult. I'm tempted to build on top of the building where the market is, potentially. But the actual monument itself, because it's already got the scaffolding going around the outside and things like that, there's not really much you can do. So Bunker Hill will be more of a... That's why I said I'm going to split it up, because it might potentially be overall not a very transformative build. It's just kind of adding to what's already there. So it'll be daytime in a sec. I really went for this dusk building. I don't normally do dusk building, because it's just, you can't see shit. There we go. Actually hurt my eyes a little bit. Oh, it's bloody hot in London right now. For those who don't know, we don't like the heat here. Well, I don't like the heat here, specifically. And what is it? It's 31 degrees today. Celsius. Degrees C, which I don't know how much that's in Fahrenheit. Be what? 80, 90, 70? I don't know. It's something like that. It's quite a broad range. Is it 70? Is it 100? I don't know. I think it'll be closer to 100, but I'm not too sure. I don't get Fahrenheit, I'm afraid. And that's not because you're weird Americans. Don't worry. English people actually use both metric and imperial. See, because we're fucking stupid, basically. So you're not unique, don't worry. We actually do use it here. All of our measurements are in miles for roads, but then we use centimetres as well. It's fucking... We don't use kilometres like Europe. We're so dumb. We're so stupid. This is just kind of like blocking off the holes, making bits and stuffs. I turn this area into a little kind of workshop, you'll see in the decoration. So what I'm doing right here is just basically make a wee little path going through. I love this technique. It does look good. It does look good. I feel as if I should make Bunker Hill more colourful. And I was looking at that. I don't do it yet, by the way. But I was looking at it, because obviously it's like there's already quite a lot of wood bits here. It's quite dreary. And I always find my settlements, I try and not make... Like, look, remember the castle, right? You remember that one we just finished? And I try and make them less dreary. So I'm thinking of mixing up some materials. Because I'm looking at it. It is a little bit just dingy. A bit brown. Just kind of like lots of wooden bits, really. Not really much else. So I think, it's just like, yeah, it's lots of kind of scrap metal. It's good in... kind of moderation, but I think obviously with all the DLC, with all those other bits, so what I'll probably do, I don't know what I'll use. I don't want to use concrete, and we'll see. It's a weird one, this, because on the one hand it'll look good to not use wood and steel and the corrugated steel, but on the other hand people, it might clash too much. This is what I obsess about. This is my life. This is it. Is a little clash. I'll have a fiddle, but it won't be the next video anyway, so it's grand. Which is cool. So we're nearly to the end right now. Just kind of adding a few bits in here. I like showing this technique off. I don't show the decoration because it always... People keep asking me to show you the decoration, and to be utterly frank, it would just take ages. It would be a boring video to edit. And yeah, next video has to be something a bit more bigger than this, though. This is a cool, like, nifty little build, but I need to do something a bit more robust, you know? It needs to be done. So I'll do that for my next vid. Somewhere nice. Somewhere very nice. But not too nice. I want to do like a stylized build. Maybe I want to do another railroad build potentially. I quite enjoyed my... Because I like my theme builds, you know, like we've just done the castle. I think the Bunker Hill basically, I think it's quite a dull settlement in a lot of ways. I want to finish it because it's cool. It's a cool and dull settlement. It's fucking it doesn't know where it is, basically. It's cool lore-wise, but it's not exactly the most exciting settlement to build in. So I think... Is that everything? Let's add some boards in. Quite a nice little path, that, though, innit? Right, we'll do something cool next video. I've decided. I'll be 30 years old, and we'll do something cool. Right, a tour is coming now. I did a little bit of decoration. but not too much. Only decorated my buildings, right? So here it is. You go through and you've got like the decorated shop. It does look pretty cool. I didn't decorate any of the non-Davy built buildings, and I probably won't, just because there's just so much shit to do, and I want to decorate. So I put a little armory place for my on-sale power armor with a gun turret to stop people stealing it. And then obviously I put the junk. I don't really do go in the shop around the front. Got the shopkeeper coming up in a second. That dude is almost certainly a synth, but as this is something to do with the railroad, if you haven't played the game, but it is this area, I didn't necessarily want to kill him because I thought it was a dick move. There's my little kind of workshop and food area because there's obviously already crops there. I wanted to replace them with slightly more robust ones, like my little workshop area and all that jazz. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. As always, follow me on Twitter at norespawns. Also, subscribe to Nate's channel. It was his idea to kind of do the legendary vendor shops. It's really cool. Also, he does do some pretty sweet builds. And the guy definitely deserves more subs. I'm going to get drunk next 2 days. I look forward to turning 30. Anyway, you guys, take care.